Hello, I'm Amy.
I'm Jack, and welcome back to the Fluent Daily English Channel. And seriously, look at my hands right now.
Oh, wow. They are shaking, visibly trembling. What is going on? We haven't even started.
Because today isn't just a lesson, is it? You made it very clear this is a test. You said a live simulation, and honestly, the sweat is real. I'm genuinely nervous.
Good. You should be.
Yeah.
That feeling, that's what we need to capture. Because today, we're tackling the most high-pressure situation in the professional world, the job interview.
It's the absolute worst. It doesn't matter how good your English is or how experienced you are. You walk in that room, you sit down, and suddenly you forget your own name.
Exactly. And that's just adrenaline. It's a fight or flight response. Your brain literally thinks a lion is about to eat you, but really it's just a hiring manager with a notebook.
Right.
And the only way to beat that is with preparation. So for this deep dive, we're not just talking about interviews, we're actually doing one. I'm going to be the hiring manager at a big, scary tech company.
And I'm the candidate who is trying desperately not to mess it up. I am representing everyone listening right now who has ever just frozen.
Our mission today is to tackle the 3 do-or-die questions, the ones that really, make or break the interview. First up, tell me about yourself.
The classic opener. It sounds so easy, but it's a total minefield.
Second, what is your greatest weakness?
Ugh, the trap. I hate that one. It just feels like it's designed to make you fail.
And third, the behavioral question, which is where we have to use the STAR method.
Seriously, if you're driving right now,
Yeah.
just pull over. You're going to want to take notes because we are about to simulate the pressure, and I am the crash test dummy. Let's do this.
All right, let's set the scene. Imagine the office. Glass walls, expensive coffee machine humming in the background. The air conditioning is just a little too cold.
I'm picturing it.
And I'm sitting behind this huge desk. I'm not your friend anymore. I am the gatekeeper.
Okay. I'm walking in, smoothing my tie, trying to look professional, sitting down.
That's it. Thanks for coming in today. Let's look at this resume. Why don't we just start with something simple? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, hi? Yes. Okay, well, let's see. Myself.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born in Liverpool in 1990. Great city. Love the Beatles. Big fan. I have 2 brothers. We fight sometimes, but it's cool, how families are. I really, really like pizza pepperoni is my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
I went to school for history originally, but then I realized history is actually super boring, just a lot of old dates,
Yeah.
So I started doing marketing instead. And yeah, that's basically it. Here I am.
SDOP.
Oh, God.
BU.
Such a
Hello, yo. Just cut the scene.
That felt terrible even while I was saying it. That was awful.
Jack, that wasn't just bad. That was a complete disaster. If this were a real interview, I would have mentally shredded your resume the moment you mentioned pizza.
But you asked, tell me about yourself. I told you about myself. I like pizza.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
This is the #1 trap. It comes from a misunderstanding of the context. In a normal conversation, yeah, it's an icebreaker. But in an interview, yourself is code. It means the professional version of yourself.
Okay, so I gave you a biography. You wanted a value proposition.
Precisely. You treated it like a first date. I need you to treat it like a sales pitch. When you started talking about your brothers, you forced me to do all the work to figure out why you even matter to my company. And the part about history being boring.
Yeah, I regretted that immediately.
You can't insult your own past. It just makes you look directionless. You need a structure, a formula to fall back on when the adrenaline hits. And that formula is PPF.
PPF. I like acronyms. It stops the rambling. Okay, break that down for us.
Sure. First, P is for present. This is your headline. What are you doing right now that makes you qualified? Start strong. I'm currently a senior marketing manager. It anchors you.
Okay, present. Establish credibility. Then the next P, past.
Right. But past isn't your whole life story. We don't need all the details. It's specifically, what distinct skill did you learn before that is relevant to this job? Pick a highlight.
So filter everything. Got it. And finally, F for future.
Future is the bridge, and it's the part most people forget. Why are you here today? Why this job? It has to sound like the logical next step in your story.
Okay. Present, past, future. No pizza, no brothers, no insulting my own degree.
Exactly. Keep it tight. Keep it professional. You are solving my problem, not telling me your life story.
All right. Let me clear my throat, shake it off, and getting back into character. I'm going to use the PPF method.
Action. So, Jack, tell me about yourself.
Certainly. Well, currently I serve as a senior marketing specialist where I manage digital campaigns for 3 major retail brands. Before that, I spent 5 years in data analysis, which taught me how to make decisions based on numbers, not just feelings. And that's actually why I'm here today. I'm looking to combine that creative marketing background with the data-driven approach your company is famous for.
And scene. Yes! Applause, Jack. You are hired.
Wow. Okay, that felt completely different. It felt powerful.
It was excellent. Do you know why it worked so well?
It was focused, I think. I wasn't rambling. I knew exactly where the sentence was going to end before I even started it.
It was short, relevant, and this is key. At the end, you complimented the company. You said, we're famous for our data-driven approach.
Right. A little flattery.
It's more than flattery. It's research. It shows you know who we are.
Yeah.
You connected your past to our future, and that makes hiring you feel like destiny.
Okay, I'm feeling a little better. One down.
I know it's probably coming next.
Don't get too comfortable. We are now moving to the question everyone hates, the trap.
Oh, no. The weakness question.
This is where good candidates just completely self-destruct. So, game face back on.
Yeah.
Looking at your resume, it all looks fine. But let's be real. Nobody is perfect. What would you say is your greatest weakness?
My weakness? Honestly, sometimes I sleep in too late. Like, way too late. And honestly, sometimes I steal food from the office fridge if it's unlabeled. I just see a yogurt, I take it.
Dystopia. Nah. What? You said be honest. That's honest. I took a yogurt yesterday.
There is such a thing as too honest. This is an interview, not a confessional. You cannot give a weakness that ruins your ability to do the job or makes you sound like, well, a liability.
Okay. Fair point. I panicked. Let me try the other strategy, the one everyone sees online, the safe answer.
Go for it. Let's hear it.
Well, honestly, my weakness is that I work too hard. I just care too much. I am a perfectionist.
Ugh. No, stop, please.
What? That sounds good. It means I'm a hard worker. Why are you groaning?
Because every interviewer on the planet hates that answer. It triggers a gag reflex. It sounds completely fake. It's what we call a humble brag.
A humble brag.
Yeah, you're just dressing up a strength as a weakness, and I can see right through it. It tells me you're not self-aware and you think I'm stupid.
So what do I do? If I'm honest about the yogurt, I look bad. If I lie about being a perfectionist, I look fake. It feels like there's no winning.
There is a winning answer. It just requires a little bit of vulnerability. The formula is real weakness plus the fix.
Real weakness plus the fix.
Yes. You pick a genuine, small flaw, something like public speaking or organization or delegation, something real but fixable, and then immediately, and this is the key part, tell me how you are fixing it.
So it's about the trajectory, not the flaw itself.
Exactly. Don't just dump a problem on my desk. Show me the solution. Show me you're proactive. It turns the whole question around.
Okay. Let me think. I'm actually not great at asking for help. I try to do everything myself. Let's call it delegation.
That is a perfect choice. It's a common struggle for high achievers, but it's totally fixable. Try that.
Okay. Deep breath, no yogurt, no perfectionism.
Right.
Well, in the past, I've struggled with delegation. I often tried to do everything myself because I wanted it done right. However, last year I started using project management software like Trello, and I realized that trusting my team actually improves the result. So I'm actively working on trusting the process more and distributing the workload.
Brilliant. That was absolutely perfect.
It felt risky admitting that at first, but the fix part really softened it.
It's what I call verbal jujitsu. You took the attack, what is wrong with you, and you turned it into a strength. I am self-aware, I'm a learner, and I'm growing. We hire humans, not robots.
Verbal jujitsu. Like that. Okay, I survived the weakness. What's next?
Now we enter the deep water. These are the behavioral questions.
The ones that start with, tell me about a time.
All right, exactly. Tell me about a time you failed. Tell me about a time you led a team. All of those.
These are the hardest because you can't memorize an answer. You have to tell a story on the spot. And I start rambling about random details.
And that's why you lose the job. Without a structure, you get lost. So to keep your story from becoming a mess, we use the STAR method. STAR.
I've heard of this, but I always forget what the letters stand for.
Okay, let's lock it in. S is for situation. Just set the scene, briefly. T is for task. What was the problem or the goal?
Okay, so S and T are basically the problem.
Correct. Then comes A for action. This is the most important part. What did you do? Not what did we do, what did you do?
Oh, that's a huge trap. It's so easy to just say we decided to fix it.
And if you say we, I don't know if you did the work or just watched, you have to use I. I analyzed, I proposed, I created.
Got it. And the R?
R is for result. What was the happy ending?
Situation, task, action, result. Star.
Exactly. And the mistake most people make is they spend 5 minutes on the situation complaining about the problem and about 10 seconds on the action.
Right. They get caught up in the drama of it all and then just say, so I fixed it.
Exactly. You have to flip it. Briefly state the problem, then focus on your hero moment, the action.
Okay. I think I'm ready. Hit me with a tough one.
Jack, tell me about a time you had a conflict with a coworker.
Conflict. Okay, that's tricky. You don't want to badmouth anyone. Okay, I've got one. Applying star. Here goes. Well, in my last job, I was working on a tight deadline with a designer who was very talented, but always late.
That's the situation. Good.
We had a major client presentation in 2 days, and I still didn't have the slides, so I was really worried we would miss the deadline.
That's the task. The stakes are high. Okay, action.
Instead of getting angry or, complaining to my boss, I invited him for coffee. I asked him if his workload was too high or if something was blocking him. It turned out he just didn't understand the priority of this particular project.
Excellent action. You showed empathy, not aggression. Okay, bring it home. Result.
We created a new schedule together right there. He delivered the slides the next morning, and the client absolutely loved the presentation.
Jack, that was textbook.
The hardest part for me is always the result. I forget to say how it ended.
Always end with a positive number or a happy client. You need that bow on top of the gift.
Right.
Okay, we are nearing the end of the interview now. I'm closing my folder. I look at my watch. The pressure is dropping, but you are not done yet.
This is the danger zone. I usually just want to run out of the room at this point.
So, Jack, that covers all of my questions. Do you have any questions for us?
No, actually, I think you covered everything. So can I go home now?
Jack, you just failed the interview in the last 10 seconds.
Why? I was being polite. I didn't want to waste your time.
Because saying no questions shows zero curiosity. It tells me you haven't really thought deeply about this role. It looks like you just don't care.
But what if I genuinely don't have questions?
You prepare them in advance, always. You need to ask questions that force me to imagine you in the role. It shifts the whole dynamic.
Okay, give me a golden question. What's one thing I can ask that makes me look like a genius?
Try this. What does a successful first 90 days look like in this position?
Ooh, I like that. What does a successful first 90 days look like?
Think about what that does. It forces me to visualize you working here. It forces me to visualize you succeeding.
It's like psychological inception.
Yeah.
You're planting the idea of my success in my own brain.
It is. Or ask about the team. What's the biggest challenge the team is facing right now? That makes you look like a problem solver.
Okay, let's try the end of the interview one last time. I'll do it right.
Do you have any questions for us, Jack?
Yes, actually. I noticed on your website that you're expanding into the Asian market. How will that affect this marketing team in the next year?
Chef's kiss. Perfect.
That felt smart. It felt like I was already part of the strategy meeting.
It proves you did your research, you know our strategy, and you're connecting it directly to your potential job. That is how you close a deal.
Phew. I am exhausted. That was intense. My hands are still a little sweaty.
You did great. We covered a lot of ground. The intro with PPF, the weakness question with the real flaw plus fix strategy, star for behavioral questions,
Yeah.
and the closing questions.
I think the biggest takeaway for me, and hopefully for everyone listening, is that an interview is a conversation, not an interrogation.
Beautifully said. When you walk in feeling like a victim, you lose. But if you treat it like a conversation between two professionals trying to solve a problem, the fear it goes away.
Listeners, we have a challenge for you before you go.
Yes, take 5 minutes right now. Write down your answer to what is your greatest weakness?
Use the strategy, a real small flaw, but show how you're fixing it. Don't tell them you steal yogurt.
Please don't. Write it down, practice saying it out loud.
Thank you for joining us on this simulation. If you want the script for today, just check the description. Good luck on your interviews, everyone. Go get that job.
See you next time.